Get rid of that first. Don't quite need that yet. And yeah. Yeah. Oh. Okay, I got some tidying to do. Yeah, more odd flutes. How are you doing, G-Bron? Let me bring this here. I was just leaving. Why am I? Oh yeah, I was just leaving Zenibuka's stream as you arrived, and he got bitten by the vampire curse. So right now I've recorded and I've spared people the. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How was your birthday, by the way? It's one. You're here too. How many streams do you have open in one go? You must have a few actually. Watching a few. Like, do you have multiple screens open? I know we could talk in French, but you know, other people will arrive. Well, pretty quiet. We agreed with friends to celebrate in the spring. That is very sensible. I hardly ever celebrate my own birthdays. Really, I just I'm happy to chill and sort of either play a game or just relax. I think Fiona is the same. We're not big into the birthday celebrations. So right now I'm just editing samples. I've recorded 3 of each, and I'm actually just splicing them together to get a longer one, because breathing like that can be taxing, so it's hard to get a long and clear sample. Yeah, streamers, you tend to all stream at the same time. It's not uncommon to have 3 or 4 at once. I started to do the same. I probably have somebody playing and somebody talking. I'm listening to while the game is in the background. Very often I'll have, if I'm doing stuff like that, if I'm not streaming myself, I'll have other people in the background as well. Like a stream and a YouTube video or something like that. Okay. So like that, you can see how short the because this flute requires so much air that it's really hard to have a sample that's any longer than that. So I'm just splicing stuff together. Terrible Fire, you got some work. Cab work on the go. Is that the? Are you working in the Chase HQ? Can you have this in the background, or is it in the separate shed? Remember, you said you had a garage as well where you could work and stuff. Okay, so I think I have a couple more. It's the chase in the garage. You could have a stream on, but mother-in-law is above. Oh, fair enough. You don't disturb the mother-in-law. It's a rule, isn't it? I'm gonna do this the other way around because here I'm not sure. She's the boss. They always are. Okay. Splice. Splice, splice, splice. And it's now one sample, and okay, I need to find two samples in this mess. That was a really tough nut to get, actually. That E, for some reason, it just didn't want to cooperate as a tongued, rolled. I might have to cleverly cheat. Like so. I might add a bit of an extra just. That might work. That might work. Just a little boost. If you're still here, Terrible Fire, what are you working on? Still the bottom, or? Oh. I don't know. Let's see, I might be able to join this guy here, and I think we've our 3 samples. This is just a texturing sample, this one. It's not actually meant to be played on its own. So I don't know. So hopefully that's enough for most people. It is a nut flute indeed, yeah. But it's getting there. The flute is. And the rolls are for. So just an extra texture you add on top of the existing sound. And you can add breath as well. And the finger taps. And some lipping. And because these are buttons, you can automate it on CC as well. So you can have lip on one note, loads on another one, all that kind of stuff, all those permutations, and a huge, massive reverb, convolution reverb. Angry cicadas. But right now I'm sampling, I'm doing 3 samples of each of these that will be triggered randomly, so you don't quite hear the same sound every time. And I'm doing it for each note as well. So I've done all these, I've recorded them separately already tonight, and yeah, right now we're just splicing the samples together from all the bits. And then we'll save them, and then we'll import them into the instrument. And that's the plan. Oh yeah, and then I have because the finger taps were just one sample on just one octave and repeated, but I've re-recorded them again, 3 samples each. It's called round robin, and we'll import them so they actually just rotate to each sample every time you press a key. And it's just to prevent it from sounding the same every time you hit the same note again and again, so the sample doesn't sound too repetitive. You know, very, very good popular libraries can have up to like 8, 12 round robins sometimes. So 12 different samples for each note, which is quite a lot. But here we just have 3 because, you know, time first. It takes a lot of time to make it, but also it's a free library, and it's not meant to be like a high class quality instrument. It's just a cheap, crappy, shitty flute that I found at a flea market. In fact, the first version of the VST was called Shitty Flutes. Okay. Consolidate that, and then next one is it's actually got too much of the note. I think it's all right. And I was nearly tempted when I saw Zenibuka stream. Vampire Survivor. I was nearly tempted to stream it as to go and play it as well instead of doing that. Yeah. No, it is a bit too loud. I'm gonna bring them down somewhere here. Okay. Junkies. Oh, Streamlabs didn't like the word junkie. Streamlabs is very, very strict, it seems, with the words it allows and doesn't allow. Bit of heavy-handed moderation. You've said worse than it didn't mind. Yeah, but sometimes it just picks words that you're going, why did you moderate that? It's not even a bad word, or even in slang or something like that. Who was it the other day that said the word pedal, meaning pedal? And Streamlabs moderated it, and because of all the French speakers in the chat, they thought it was because of the meaning it can have in French. It's like, the homophobic slur, but it wasn't that, and then it's not spelled like that, and then it wouldn't make sense that for what is essentially an English channel, French slang words are moderated. It's doesn't make one bit of sense. Anyway, now let's save 1 by 1 A sharp 4 and its shorts. Round robin 1. Oh no, does it exist? It shouldn't. Did I save it earlier on? I'm gonna I saved them already, and I remember saved them earlier on. C5 round robin 1. C5 round robin 2. It's another tedious part of this whole process. Actually, I've done 2 of these streams, and if you sat in any one of them, you know how tedious it can be. And it's mostly me just Control C, Control V, cutting and splicing and saving stuff using keyboard shortcuts. But that's why I do this type of stuff live. It's just it's kind of nice to have the company. I've never dug into Twitch bot to handle ban words. They're probably using a list by default. Yet it's not a list I have access to though. But it doesn't make sense that they moderate that word. If the channel was flagged as French language, fair enough. But it's not. And I'm pretty sure with all the languages around and all the different types of slang and all that, that pretty much every word has a different meaning somewhere else. That's why you use VST. That's why VST libraries are expensive. Nobody wants to do it because it's tedious. Yeah, you could be right. I mean, the quality of the VST is really down to the recording room and all that. I don't have a great recording space. It's fine for the covers, but for stuff like that, you probably want a proper studio or within, you know, padded walls and soundproof everything and mic placement. But then again, we're talking about a VST based on a crappy piece of wood. But even for that, I'm not. It's not even. Well, it's a VST. It sits on the VST plugin. It's a sample library for Kontakt. So I'm technically not making a VST really. Bollocks. I've just been saving over the wrong samples. At least I have them here. Oh no, I should have saved as roll and I saved as shorts. From C5, I need to go back here and C5. Fucking idiot. Did it save all over them? It would have. What a dum-dum. Roll, yeah, but shorts from C5 to D sharp 5. Round robin tree. At least it's only 3 notes. I just need to and thank God I've the sample saved. Short C5. Round robin 2. At least we can recover all our samples like that, but I probably need to make a local copy. C5 robin 3. So Kontakt is an expensive VST, but there's a free sampler that I need to try as well. Which one is that? D sharp, C sharp 5. round robin one. Called can't remember. Simple sampler or something like that, and it's free, and it was made as sort of an answer to Kontakt's expensive price. It's not as powerful, but it's okay. So I want to make these for Kontakt and for that sampler as well, which has become sort of a second standard sampler to make libraries for. D sharp, round robin 3-1, and short D sharp. Okay. So we made something already tedious enough, even more so. Okay, and the last one here, round robin tree. Let's just go and listen to our library and see if everything is back to normal. Where are you? No, still not, and should not have added. I know what I've done wrong. I added this sample. I actually decided not to add that because I separated those. Let's do this all over again. C sharp, round robin 1. Let's go see how fast we can go here. 2. It's 3. So it had that spit sound at the end that I actually separated. I put that in a separate option that you can set the volume of as well. Because it's good to have options. It was actually David Wise that actually advised me to do stuff like that, to be able to switch most things off and to have obviously multiple samples, but just to have the options to add things on or switch them off. And when I sent that to him first, I just wanted to see if it worked first for him, and if it was actually usable, if it had some promise. And he was very graceful in testing and replying and coming up with a great list of suggestions. What have I done? Good. I go too fast again. C sharp 5, round robin 1. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? C sharp 5, round robin 1. Are you even saving? Athagorn, how are you doing? I'm struggling to see what's going on here with my... I haven't saved fuck all. Trouble saving indeed. I should have a short C sharp 5. I should have a save file here somewhere. C sharp 5, there you go. 2420. So why is this guy not refreshing my day? C sharp, now it is. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's do that again. Let's do it again because I'm not sure what I did here. C sharp 5 round robin 1. Saving. Round robin 2. Saving. Yeah, I messed things up. It's my fault. Round robin 3. Saving. And then C sharp 5 round robin 1. And then we still haven't saved the other samples we just did. We're just recovering our work here. How are you doing, Athagorn? I have that Mario tune in my head all day for some reason. I practiced the I was practicing the UE a good bit over the weekend and the day, so I'm getting more used to the rollers to change at the back to change the octave. So it's slowly coming in, and at least on doing scales. Doing tunes going to require a bit more work, but at least on the scale it's coming along nicely. So I'd say I'll have some amount of fluency in a couple of weeks.
Good news, everyone.
Hey, Arjun. Oh my God. Arjun, how are you doing? Thank you very much for the raid. Let me shout you out there. How are you doing? And welcome everybody. I'm working on a VST. Here with the flutes. The one I sent you actually that didn't quite work, and I can show you. I was just saving samples and just adding things. Actually, you might enjoy it. It's a shame that you can't use it, but I'll work on a version that works on a free sampler, hopefully. So right now. Sorry. So right now, this is what it sounds like. And that's as far as it goes. And what you can do is add the lipping. So that sort of sound. How much of it you want, how much volume, and it's CC automatable, so you can enable it with a key press and set how much of it you want and customize it on the go as you're playing the MIDI part. You can have the finger taps, you can have all of these at once, but you can the sound of the fingers on the you'd like to play the odd flute, you can have the sound of the fingers tapping on the flute. That's probably too much, but a little bit, and same thing, it's automatable with the key press on the keyboard. How much breath you want. And this is what we're doing now, just rolling of the tongue on a note. So we're just adding that as just extra. So you have long notes, you have short notes. So this is... And you have 3 samples for each note. So 3 samples kind of cycle through, so it doesn't sound the same. If you press that in the same note, it sounds slightly different every time. You can set the attack for the long note. Long attack, short attack, obviously the volume. There's a low pass filter. And I use a convolution reverb.
Cool guy club.
Ravensword, thank you very much, Ravensword, for the subscription. And you can add a reverb, which is a convolution reverb based on a giant sheet of metal that I have in my garage, in my shed, and I use that for a cover, for a Deadmau5 cover. Let me load that up. And I found it. It was just it was a giant sheet. I can't remember where I found it. I think it was a server rack side, and I cut it and just hung it in my shed. And I used that. Probably get demonetized for playing that. There you go. So it's that actual sample that I use, and I use it all throughout the. Anyway, doesn't matter. So this sample that I use, and this is what it sounds like with it. But obviously you can switch this off or on as you need. And this is the sample here. So it because of the sheet is hanging from high up, it actually undulates a little bit and it waves in and back. So you have that sort of kind of pulsing type of reverb. It feels like it's coming and going, like it's, I really like it. So that's where we're at. But there's a couple of cool stuff you can do with it. If you just, if you switch off the volume of the flute itself, but just add the volume of the finger taps, which I'm redoing the samples. I've re-recorded all the finger taps. But because I actually use a different note every time I do the finger tap, they're actually tuned. So if you put in the reverb and maybe a tiny, tiny bit of short note, you have this really cool paddy sort of effect. Which I'm not sure what I'd use for, but I really like the effects. So there you go. So this is where the odd flutes is at. So I forget the name of the plugin. Let me see if I can find a way. No. Decidedly decent sampler. There you go. So decent sampler is a free sampler, and next note, go away. No. Welcome in order. No, sign me up. I don't want to register now, but it's free. You need to register, but it's free, and it does similar stuff. You can actually set up a UI and does similar stuff to Kontakt. Not that in depth, but I think I'll be able to replicate what I've been doing here with Kontakt. So fingers crossed. So this is where it's at the moment. Omar, how are you doing? Good evening. And Eraser, by the way, I forgot to say hello. How are you doing? Anyway, let's continue. So I was saving samples and recovering from my own mistakes, and right now I need to do a round of saving. You're Spanish. That's okay. And we're saving all these samples. So right now I've those roll sounds all tuned to a different well, whatever note is coming out of the flute is actually. So here goes the tedious part starting again. Sorry, Streamlabs, what are you doing? I don't speak English very good. Sound is good. I'm sorry, Omar. It seems Streamlabs got confused. I don't know why. Oh, it thought you were posting a link. Yeah. But you should be back. I think it just timed you out for 1 second or something. Stupid Streamlabs. So roll A4, and I don't think I saved A4 round robin 1. So let's start over. And but if you have any questions, just ask away, because this is going to be a tedious part again. And then we need to drop all these samples in one by one and map them to a key. And hope that they will do the job. C5. Anyway, I didn't shout out Archman, by the way. What were you doing? Oh, you're making music tonight. Cool. How was the stream, if you're still here? Did we save too? I shouldn't stop halfway when I'm doing stuff like that. We did save too. Round robin 3. C#5, round robin 1. The fun. Are you back with us, Omar? Export round robin 2, round robin 3. D#5, round robin 1. Have fun. If I was in, I think Cubase has a great way of saving individual samples like that. You can actually just highlight them all and choose the option to save them all in one go. Unfortunately, that's not an option Ableton has. Yeah, it times out when it does stuff like that. But I'm gonna have to review the settings on the Streamlabs, because it seems to block some words foreseeable reasons. Like it just there's no need to ban people for a misspelled word or word that isn't not even like an insult in any stretch of the imagination. We were talking about that with G. Roran earlier on. Sharp 5. I think I have G sharp. I think that's the last one, that pink one there. No, 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 no. Sharp 3 and that should be G sharp 5. 5. I know it is, but for future reference, you never know. G sharp 5. One more. Well, two more. Once you got one message held out for analysis, you got the word loser. It just tries really hard to be protective, I guess. It does, yeah, it does. This is why I find it odd when people are giving out about Twitch, you know. Twitch is pretty reactive and they're actually known for not tolerating nonsense and bullying and all that. Like, so the do better Twitch stuff was kind of odd to me. It was a bit foreign to I couldn't quite understand what people were asking of Twitch. Okay, so we've stuff from G to G. I think we're good. Let's save this and let's import this in Kontakt. Our script is getting lengthy as well. All right. All right. Can I switch this? How do I? No, it doesn't seem to. Yeah. How do I minimize this? Engine, library, memory, interface, show mapping. Yeah, I'm showing mapping, but I don't really want this part here. How do I get rid of that? How do I get rid of this guy? I really don't want to see it. I know I added it, but no, not that. That's handy though. Minimizer. Huh. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'll do without. Can I even? Yeah, I can't even minimize it. You're back. The rubber mat glue down didn't stick, and you glued down, it didn't stick, and the mat curled up. It's not looking good, lads. What did you glue it with? I just, for stuff like that, I just use. I don't fuck around, just use wood glue. Anything else I've used, like vinyl glue and all this kind of stuff, spray glue, and nothing works. The only thing that works is wood glue. Rolls. There's rubber glue. Yeah, don't bother. Kontakt adhesive. Yeah, you really want something that's actually heavy duty, and all this Kontakt adhesive just they wear off and they don't really work there, and they melt the plastic as well sometimes. I'll try the no more nails. Or was that an actual brand, or was that a joke? But honestly, wood glue. No. G. I should have a G, don't I? Roll G. Yeah, G sharp 1. And that'll do for the. Oh no. Yeah, G sharp 1. Okay. Does that work? That works. Okay, next. G sharp 4 on round robin 1. Oh, F sharp 4, sorry. Round robin 2. And no more nails is hardcore wood glue. There you go. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, there's a reason it's called that. It's like Gorilla Glue. But yeah, wood glue. I want these boys to be tracking. Yeah, I thought that was weird. I think we're... Ollie, you're a muppet. Just one mistake after another tonight. It should be A3 after G is A. It's no wonder I wasn't playing the right sample. Clean off the glue, put a board on top the mat, and stack bags of log to see if it'll go flat. Yeah. Well, you can, and what I've done for the outrun, if you watch the video again, is I'd use a piece of wood, and you put masking tape under the wood, just everywhere, just to prevent the glue from sticking to the wood. And it's the piece of wood is the same size as your mat, and you use that with clamps just to flatten everything with the glue, and that way your mat will be flat. It won't curl when it dries, and when you take off the piece of wood, it won't stick to the glue because of the masking tape. So the masking tape will come off the wood because the glue is on it, but you can clean that easily with just a sharp knife. So A sharp 1, I think we're good here. Round up into... And you read... A sharp 3 is nothing. Why? Next note, B. This is fun. We're having fun, aren't we? This is heaps of fun. We have that C sharp there already, so we can extend the B to the C, because I don't think we have a C4. No, we don't. I wonder if I should actually just make these randomized differently. So, well, actually randomized, sorry. So right there, they're going, you can see the long is linear, so it goes to the next and 3. But that means that the roll tree is always associated with long tree. The note and the roll are always together. So if I actually force them to randomly cycle, So there you go. So right now, by doing that, they won't. This and this won't follow each other. It does mean. I mean, it's subtle difference, but if you after a while you start hearing those things. And it prevents things from being too repetitive then. And I might do that for the other effects. Yeah, I might do that. Hey, Pete, how are you doing? Play the next fucking up.
Just play the note.
Anyway, let's go back to where were we? We done F4. So F#4 is somewhere. F#4 is somewhere here. So we already have an F4, so you can actually just an F#, sorry. So we don't need to reuse that. We can use this sample instead. And then I think we just do G#, so we can use and round robin tree. Are we good? Don't tell me. Okay, we're good. You found someone here with a ton of old MIDI floppy disks. What's a MIDI floppy disk? Floppy disk for what system? I'll tell you what, send me an email at my, the email that's on my, it's banjoguyoli@gmail.com. Roll 2 isn't very loud. I might need to correct that. Just pop music, but is it like for a PC, or is it for a MIDI system that takes 3.5 quarter? You know what I mean? Like it's, but I see what you mean though. I don't think I have a PC with a floppy drive anymore. I don't think I have one. I'm trying to think. I have an old Pentium 3 in the shed. Yeah, I don't know. No, I know what you mean by MIDI file. I mean, MIDI file should be the same depending on the platform. It's more what the disc are formatted as. Is it if it's for PC, or it could be Atari ST. There's a ton of MIDI stuff done for the Atari ST. Amiga didn't fuck around too much with MIDI. I mean, it was possible, but I don't think that was the a format that was very popular on the Amiga anyway. Yeah, I mean, yeah, most people don't even have a CD on their modern PC anymore. Those keyboards where you could just put a floppy disk, or if you like an Amiga then, or an Atari ST. That's what they were. Send me an email if you have more details. I think that's the best course of action. Where were we? F#. We're looking for G#4. It's here. G sharp G. Okay. And then God, what's going on with these samples here? F sharp. Is there anything in here at all? How come it's playing it so low? Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure about this one. It's the G sharp 4, isn't it? G sharp 4 samples. No. You're not a MIDI connoisseur. It says Yamaha and Roland on it. Okay. Oh, so a keyboard, like an actual MIDI keyboard. I thought you meant a computer keyboard. But it just says
Good news, everyone.
Look, Grey Fox, thank you very much. Night of Raids, thank you very much for the raid, Grey Fox, and welcome. It says on local second-hand website. Just thought it may be interesting. Yeah, send me the link. I'd love to have a look at it. Yeah, and I see what you mean now. So it's probably, yeah, it's for one of those. What Roland keyboard had a floppy disk? DJ70 W30 JW50. Okay, there was a few of them. Okay. Yamaha keyboards and floppy drive. Looks like there's one here. There's one here. Yeah, there was quite a few. Okay, cool. Good to know. So what is wrong with these samples here? Is it just because they're shite? Excuse me. Interesting. It actually normalized it, but by normalizing it, it actually lowered a lot of our dynamics, or a lot of our So what I'm going to do here is just manually decrease those high peaks, and then it should re-normalize. We'll be able to actually just bringing everything back up without it peaking, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't. Probably doesn't. And here we should be able to fatten it a little bit, not too much. Let's save this as G4. G4 round robin 1. And let's see, like UHTML, there's no demand for that because it's shite. You've been on the roll with the even more obscure FadoTed reference than usual. So roads, we're looking for this guy. Did it reload it? Yes, so we'll do. Yeah. So that worked. So we need to do that for all 3. Again, how fun. Yeah, so that's what happened. So it just didn't like our... It's what you do. Hey, it's what I do. It was a fad. There you go.
That turns it on. That makes it go. That steers it.
Okay, right.
Okay. You're ready to be a milkman. You better get going, actually. Milk gets sour, you know. Unless it's UHT milk. But there's no demand for that because it's shite.
Anyway. Okay, let's do the same stuff here. Just bring it down. Yeah, happy now, Terrible Fire. We played FadoTed on the stream. I think that's the fact. I wonder if anybody, you know what I've seen actually pop up on YouTube quite a bit is react videos of American people watching FadoTed, and it's interesting. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't been shut down or claimed, because it's still owned by BBC as far as I know. But I thought the React video format had long died, at least for shows. I'm surprised to see it on YouTube at all. So it's these peaks really that actually screw everything when we normalize, because it just normalizes everything to the peak. So it sets the peak at 0 and everything under. And I thought normalizing here in this case enabled and actually compressed it. But no, that's not what they meant. I could actually send it to compressor before I save, like when I render. But, you know. And then it's hard to get a visual. Like I like doing this like that because I get a visual on the actual peaks. When you, I suppose I could actually just render it to your new track, compress it and render it to your new track. Maybe that's what I should do, really. Hey, Ed Horse. Anyone experience with the Behringer Neutron? No, I nearly got a Behringer as a trade from my Volca. What was it? It wasn't the Neutron. It was the Crave. Nearly got a Crave as a trade for the Volca. Volca modular, which I just wasn't using, and instead I actually ended up trading it for one of the keyboard for those Roland boutique synth, which I'm very happy, and I'm actually using. I just wasn't using the modular Volca, but the guy was going to trade me for a Crave, and then kind of got cold feet at the end, which I don't know what he's doing with his gear, because I mean, I'd rather have a Crave than a Volca modular. They're toys, the Volca modulars. You can't really use them for much. They don't integrate into a modular setup, and they don't play friend with the other Volcas or even MIDI. Like, there's no MIDI input in it. It's only just CC, and they use those mini tiny wires as connector cables, so you can't really integrate them into an existing modular. It's a weird one. So no is the answer to your question. And this one is all over the gaff. How are you doing, Ed Horse? Are you? Oh, what's your plan, by the way? Are you coming in on Wednesday? Ed Horse has volunteered to pick up 8 of these monitors. Is it that I got recently, and they're actually going to other collectors in Dublin, and it's good to know they're going to be used. Wednesday, yeah, no worries. You know where the place is, don't you? If not, just send me a message on WhatsApp. I'll be here, so whenever, during the day, the afternoon, whenever suits. So 2 of these monitors have gone already to the guy that runs the Level Up arcade in Limerick. He came over and got 2, and actually got me in contact with another collector that might have a Chase HQ for sale. Maybe. It's probably the last cab I'm really looking for. Not only, actually, Terrible Fire, he's got a Chase HQ and a Power Drift. So I might be on a double. And what's interesting is he was telling me those cabs don't do well on location. Like, people don't really play them. People just want to play the big drive, the sit-down drivers. They don't really play the stand-up drivers. So stuff like Outrun and Chase HQ, they had them on the floor and just weren't doing well. And it's mostly because they don't appeal to the customer age, I suppose. And that makes sense. I mean, people want to go for either the candy cabs or the sit-down drivers, and so those stand-up drivers don't really appeal much to people. Which is great for a collector like me, because that means they're less likely to end up permanently on a floor, and might end up in a private collection at some point. But yeah, that was interesting what he was saying. Like, initially he had loads of cabs he thought were going to do well, and he said a lot of the 80 stuff just doesn't get a play. Well, it's because people our age are probably not going to go. to start with. We're not going to spend a lot of time there. We might go once or twice, but the people that actually go is the pub goers, which is usually a younger crowd, and the regulars would be a younger crowd. So, and they don't really play those old games. They like to play the either modern games or the candy games or the fighters, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, Chase actually didn't do well. There was a few others like that. All the classic like Defenders and you know, all the kind of Williams classics and a lot of the Atari classics as well don't really get much play, unless you have a format. I mean, because they use tokens indexed on cents, you know, 50 cents type of tokens. But unless you pay an entrance fee and you have all the cabs you want, then because it's still, you know, machines you have to pay to play, and then they want the games that get the most cash, obviously, and those classic games don't really bring much cash. But I think the arcade in is in London, Andy. I think it's an entrance fee, and then everything is on free play or something like that. If you have that model, then you can afford to have those kind of classic cabs. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm saving a empty file. Let's do that again. Figaro, I'm sorry. I'm assuming this is Spanish. And I don't speak Spanish or Portuguese. And I'm not sure what you said. TBG, how are you doing? He thought ALV thought he was the winner of the Squid Game. I have no idea what that means. How are we doing here now with the... it was a guy named Ali just won $100,000 in Squid Game. What's Squid Game? No, no. Well, that isn't me, regardless. And is streaming. All right, so people are landing here thinking that's me. No. There is no Ollie here. I am Ollie, but I didn't win $100,000. I don't think so, and I don't know what Squid Game is. So, yeah. And I'm making a flute VST, which is probably not what people want to see if they were looking for a certain Ollie from Squid Game. And this was G sharp 4, okay. It's slightly better, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, we have Simon though. I mean, it's worth every Squid Game out there. What is Squid Game? Does anybody know? Okay. I bet there aren't enough squid on the shores of Ireland. It's a Netflix series, as far as you know. So it's a game, like it's a game on Netflix. I don't know. I don't care actually. It's not me. As long as if it's not my money, so I don't care. But if there's a game show with that name, is beyond me. All right. So it's a drama series. Well, if it's a drama series, nobody won anything. They're all actors. There's probably a real game called after that obviously where people don't Korean show on Netflix about game show, people die doing games. Yeah, so obviously there must be a game where people don't die, but they can win money. I'd say it's probably something like that. And people thought I was he that didn't die and won 100 grand. A#4. So we fixed our G#4. Okay. We #4 here. And then we got after that we got a B, don't we? Yeah, so we can just do this. God, I'm wasting so much time fixing stupid errors. Same problem here. Okay, let's remember that. I'm just gonna do them all. Actually, no, because then fuck. A#4. Why? Is it that you're not loud enough? Let's just try this. It won loads of awards because everyone, yeah. I don't watch series anyway. I don't have time. Not that kind of. It's like all the Game of Thrones and all that kind of stuff. Don't have time. We did watch The Mandalorian, but I think we watched it all in one go at some point, or one evening or something. But, yeah, series. Oh, life's too short, man. I have too much to do. You do so much stuff where the rest of us are couch potatoes. I don't know about that, but why are you? Why are you like that? And the editing in here is so basic, I can't really add anything. Is there insert group? Can I add a compressor and a limiter? Let's just see. Dynamics compressor. And we'll add a limiter. And wrong golly and wrong golly, wrong golly. Wrong golly. Not me. Nope. Um, uh, da, 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 da. Okay, okay. What am I doing? It's in the I'm making a VST instrument based on flutes. And I'm not the Ollie that won some money. Okay. It's interesting. I'm actually not catching the volume I'm really looking for. Let's just boost this a bit. Yeah, I think the compressor is working now. And I spent 100 grand on cigars. Oh, is that the dude that Ollie Gamers? I'm just watching the guy. Oh yeah, well, we kind of look alike, I suppose. it's an easy mistake.
Ya, gente que ha hecho esto.
Escucha, del 1 al 100, ¿cuánto de nervios estás?
What, guys? Come on. Anyway, back to the compressor is not quite working on those two ones. Let's just see, can I do anything else? It's actually somewhat limited as well. Couple more views will get there. Yeah, I'd rather not have the 100k and do what I'm doing. Threshold, we're looking for. And then we're just gonna add a transient master. So this guy is not working at all. I can give you the 100k. What I'm saying is, if the choice is winning something by not doing much and working on something, I'd rather be working on something like this. I have enough money to have a roof over my head and not worry where the food is coming from. Everything else is sort of bonus on my radar. So I think A#5. What am I? See, I'm getting distracted now. That B sample is just not what I'm looking for, or the A# sample, sorry. And instead of trying to fix it for hours, I'm gonna do this, because my next one, this is A# and my next one is C#. And actually, I don't like doing this though. Don't like this. I don't know what to do. It's too many dynamics. I really need to fix this. Okay, let's go. Let's go back. Fix it manually. See, like that, it doesn't look too bad. It's just whenever. I could add a compressor here. Let's see if that works. Toot. I can guarantee that 100 grand would be gone in a year. Somebody's gonna get a new car, new PC, couple of consoles, VR stuff. Some streaming equipment, all that kind of stuff is gonna be gone really quickly. And then what? Such an old fart. He's such a grumpy fuck here. Someone hands me 100 grand, I'll pay the house and carry on as normal. Yeah, well, yeah, true. What the? What? Why aren't you working? I can't hear you. I can hear you now, but why can't I hear you properly when I drop you in? Like, I'm not seeing that much of a difference in levels between those. In fact, do you understand what's going on? I've no idea why it's doing this. I think that's I'm gonna have to do. It's not liking that sample for some reason. I'm gonna extend this to A sharp. I really don't like doing that, but and then the one is C sharp. We're gonna have to extend it here. C sharp or C. Oh, there's an actual C. Okay. So that's actually good news. We can do this. Something where with that sample that it just. Okay, let's just ignore all this for a while. I don't know why these samples aren't being heard. Maybe okay, let's just see. I Still barely audible. Like if you compare it to here. G-Born, you're gone. Have a good night, dude. Just some randos talking about, yeah. Maybe it's because I have too much of the note in my sample. I think that might be right. I think we might get the effect back with the C sharp. If not, I think I can somehow fix it. I love that people arrived here as well. Didn't ask if it was me, just went, congratulations. Didn't wait to see if that was me indeed, or what language. Yeah, completely oblivious to any of that. I can probably get rid of the script here right now. Yeah, so let me try this. I think we might need to revert to the samples that were have I D sharp now. I have an E, so we're nearly there, folks. We're nearly there. And then we have the taps. to I don't think it's gonna work. Anyway, let's just try it. Let's just try it for, and then we can say we've tried it. E, 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 we've got F sharp. Actually, we can push the E to the F sharp because I think the next one is G sharp and we don't have the sample for that. Or we do, but yeah, it goes to G, G sharp. So F sharp is going to be F and G, yeah. That was the wrong one. On Robin 2. But I don't think the sample we have, especially on the high notes, for some reason it just doesn't like that we're matching the note with the rolls, or that the note can be heard in the rolls. I think that's why we're not getting that sort of really kind of rolling, tonguey sort of sound. Yeah, that's what's going on. So what we can do, I think, is just overlap the first ones there. Okay. Let's try again. It's not the most forgiving editor. Okay. Yeah, that works. Okay. So we're gonna copy this up to G. Yeah, that works. Come on. Yeah. What? Don't want to. Where's my interface gone? Oh. Ah. Somehow something got crept in there. Okay, we're good. I think that works. Did I also make the artwork? Yeah, just a couple of photos of this guy just stitched together. I think that's enough for one night. There was quite a lot of missing. That was just far more tedious than it should have been, and I'm still not sure why those samples weren't working. But I think it's because I've too much of the note in those higher pitch samples here. We don't. We have a suggestion though, but here. That's it. I don't actually have, it doesn't have enough breath in it to actually come out through the above the sound of the flute itself, and the sound of the note just blends with the flute and just gets drowned in it. I think that's what's going on. Although that's weird. That's kind of weird. But we do have both in there though. It's yeah. And I think that's not something you use every time. You kind of use it probably at the probably use it, you know, sort of like that. Have I a little? Could probably use a tiny bit of room reverb. And then here, I think we can use a tiny bit of EQ. How does it work? Okay. You're finding it weird when I turn. It's just the samples weren't actually coming out properly for the rolls. But by overlapping the sample from the previous octave onto the sample of the next octave, they actually come out a lot better. And that's because I think on the higher pitch notes, I have a lot more of the sound of the actual note in that sample that it just it doesn't come out as clear as I would have hoped. Okay. Could probably do something similar on the actual group here. And just actually I could have used just one bandpass. That's what am I doing? No. I had the bandpass filter all the time. This is why we weren't hearing the thing on the higher notes, I think. Where? stupid Ollie. But it is typical of doing work like that to just we got road F sharp, G sharp 5. It's, I think we still have some samples that are a bit dodgy, but not this one. That's our A sharp 5. Would that work? I don't have one. A sharp 4, sorry. I think maybe it's time to go to bed and just tackle all this again in the morning. Yeah, that works. And the next one is gonna be yeah, much better. It was fun hanging on. Thank you very much, Pete, for dropping by, and thanks for the time. Yeah, send me an email with those floppies if you have my email. And thank you very much. Have a good night. G sharp 5. We are back on. Should be using that for the C. So I think we have a C and a C sharp, don't we? Yeah, we have a C here. And C sharp. And D sharp 5. E5. Keeping all this is volume controlled, so if people will be able to control the volume like that dynamically. F4 and the G sharp 5 here. Finally. So I think we should be able to do this like that, and this like that, and this like that, and then we'll do the same. A sharp 4 and we said we have a C5. Did I see a B somewhere? No. But there's a B5 rolling around. Anyway. B and the C can drop in there. And then I think we're done for tonight because I have had enough. And I'm gonna take my 100 grand and just go buy some cigars. Okay, nice and loud. Okay. And I think that reverb is actually just add a little bit. The EQ we can. So that's straight off the plugin, but if you had stuff like an imager, Bonsoir. That's me done. Let's save this and let's save this. Relax. Well, that was tedious, but I think that's all our the rolls, breath, I think lip, we've 3 as well. We've a round robin. We just have the finger taps to sort out. And we've 3 samples for the short notes and the long notes as well. So there's only one left to do. It shouldn't take that long because they're not as tricky samples. If I get them wrong, it doesn't matter too much. The important thing is to have a few extras. And then after that, I think we're done. It's just hiding, obviously putting this button here, hiding the values here so it doesn't, it shows, you know, just like a decimal instead of just everything. So maybe 10, you know, 10K, 100K or something like that. It's actually going way up. It's actually going to 1 million here because I haven't set the scale. So it just shows hertz, but it's not in hertz. So just work the scale. Same thing here. That's obviously not 1 million dB, and we'll have it wet and dry, and then and I think we're done. I'll be able to release it. I was going to add CCs by default, but in fact you can actually, because of the tool, you can actually left click and just add CC automation as you please. So I might still do a default CC just in case people don't have that option. But yeah, awesome. Really happy with it. Whether people will use it, whether I'll use it, I'm you know, for what I do, for the covers, obviously not, but maybe for composition work, it might be interesting to use it. In fact, it might be cool to do a little composition with just VSTs that I've made. But ultimately, I want to do more. Anyway, let's finish this one before we get ahead of ourselves. And save. Where's my save button? And save the instrument with the samples. Yes. Yes, I do. When you create something, you never know how people will build on it. I fully expect people to go, it's missing this and it's missing that, and it's not as good as a sample library that costs €300. Because this one costs €4, or it's free. Anyway, you know how it is. Terrible fire. You know how people react to things other people have made. Good night. Let's raid somebody. Is there anybody else streaming? Oh, well, Dead Mouse is streaming. We might. I wonder how he'd react if 6 people raid him while he has 1,800 people. No, let's raid VX. VXD, sorry. You know what I mean. Anyway, folks, see you tomorrow for Banjo Radio. Have a good night. I'm gonna spend my 100 grand. Bye.
Dans un premier temps, le
Merci.
charme a vraiment opéré. Odin avait l'air heureux et il semblait vouloir la rendre heureuse. Il a accédé
Bienvenue les Raiders.
je ne pourrais en compter. La paix était durable et j'ai vraiment cru que les choses s'étaient déroulées mieux encore que j'aurais pu le prévoir.
Salut,
Véritable
all the bad
visage d'Odin
guys.
refit bientôt surface. Oh, il gagna la confiance de Freya et elle lui a appris une partie de la magie vanne, un autre choix qu'elle regrettait.
C'est sûr qu'ils sont trop au niveau.
Raconter cette histoire plus tard.
Only 100,000 USD on Korean game show. What the fuck? Oh oh. Oh oh. Allez. Stop, 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 stop! What? Je vais mourir! Yes.
C'était dur.
I did, except it wasn't me. It was whack. Speaking Spanish and saying he won some money very random. What the fuck? Similar as what?
Too hungry from your workout, you know?
Yeah, I remember like you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this thing, and then I'm gonna come back, and then cook, and then I'll eat, and then like you do the thing, you come back, and you're like, I don't feel like cooking. I definitely still need to eat though, and then you just eat like, well, I guess I'll just have a couple pickles.
Yeah, I'm starving. I guess I'll go to In-N-Out or whatever instead because I'm too lazy now.
Yeah, you just eat shit that you don't want to.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I really fucking wrote myself into a corner here.
Yeah.
I remember growing up thinking that was like just what you should do, because my mom said that as a joke whenever we would go grocery shopping. She's like, well, you know what we have to do now.
Yeah.
Now that we're done grocery shopping, we got to go, get fast food, because that's just what you do. You don't want to go eat at home, right?
Yeah.
Or cook at home. So I grew up just thinking, she's told me that when I was like 6 years old. So I just grew up thinking that's what you do. I would go grocery shopping thinking in my head like, and now what I must do
right, because
is go get fast food.
Yeah.
It took me forever to not do that.
Yeah, it's so true. Like your kids will just pick up on whatever it is you think you're doing as normal. They don't know otherwise.
Imprinted.
But I should have combined this tool with that to cook before you go grocery shopping.
I would never consider
shopping.
Or
meal when you get back.
Yeah, or what my mom would do is buy like a rotisserie chicken at the grocery store and like the ready-made food at the counter.
Winner was a very skinny Korean boy with glasses. So very similar, yes. I see. Very look-alike. Almost like twins. Comment on le bloque celui-là, je comprends pas. un truc que j'ai pas débloqué encore, j'imagine. Vu le bruit que ça te fait, de toute façon, j'ai peut-être pas forcément envie de voir ce qu'il y avait derrière la porte. Quoi?